The title of today's class is The Causes and Cures of Road Rage. The Causes and Cures of Road Rage. I use the word cures for a special reason because there is a way to bring this to an end. I've discovered the cures. Over the course of today's lecture, we're going to talk about the scope and definition of the problem. We're going to go into the 5 causes of road rage or angry driving, the dynamics, the cure, the attitude that will help prevent it, and the consequences of road rage in terms of deaths and harm being caused through it. And then also we'll have some time to hear other people's stories about their incidents of road rage or angry driving. NHTSA in Washington, D.C., a federal institution for dealing with traffic and safety, had determined that there's 29,000 deaths a year in America related to aggressive driving. 29,000 deaths a year. There's about 41,000 a year. It changes from year to year. Could be changed by a few thousand one way or another. But 2/3 of all deaths on the roads are due to aggressive driving. So at the time of the statistic, that's about 29,000. Those 41,000 deaths, 29,000 due to aggressive driving. When you look at how many deaths we had in Vietnam of our American soldiers, that 59,000 deaths of road rage or angry driving, that's due to aggressive driving, exceeds how many people we lost in the Vietnam War. The most dangerous thing that the average American can do is get on our roads. This is the most dangerous thing. You can live in a dangerous neighborhood. Once in a while somebody gets shot and say, oh, this is a dangerous neighborhood. And it is. It's real. I mean, somebody shooting somebody. A murder, killing, related to drugs or alcohol or robbery, whatever. But that neighborhood is not as dangerous as the roads. Going to war, which is very dangerous, and God bless our soldiers, putting themselves in harm's way, is not as dangerous as getting on our roads in terms of deaths. So we're dealing with an extremely serious public health issue. And I actually have the cure, which you're going to learn today. I've given it on numerous shows. I've been on most shows. I've been called America's road rage therapist. When I first started my work with road rage, which is over 15 years now, over 15 years ago, people weren't even certain that it really existed. In fact, there was an article written, a very scathing article in Atlanta, Georgia, Atlanta Monthly, accusing me and the police of trying to create this for our own gains. And when I was interviewed by this one person from the Washington Post at the beginning, she wasn't sure. She was skeptical whether this really existed. Well, now it's an accepted fact that it goes on. But at the beginning, there was a real question mark in people's minds. The full scope of the problem is now fully understood. I testified before Congress about 15 years ago. I was invited to testify outlining the severity of the problem, the research that I've done, which I'm going to go into. They were very interested in it. There was a committee formed. I was interviewed along with other experts in the field. And every show had me on just to show how interested or how relevant it was, whether it was Montel, Bill Meyer's Politically Incorrect. And I had literally thousands of interviews, including the New York Times, Chicago Tribune, LA Times, every major publication.
Even international?
Internationally, I was interviewed by a paper in Hong Kong. The publication came out in Chinese, and then you see the word in English, road rage. I was interviewed in a French newspaper or German newspaper. So at all the major publication shows, all the major networks in terms of the news, all of them, MSNBC, Fox, I mean, all of them, CNN, all the major networks interviewed me repeatedly on the subject because it's such a big issue. So today, we're going to look into what causes aggressive driving, what causes angry driving. Now, aggressive driving is a broad category. It includes angry driving, which is what I specialize in, but also speeding, going through lights and so forth where people are not angry. But I specialize in the angry driving component. And we're going to talk about angry driving, the 5 causes of angry driving, and work on it from there. Now, road rage is felonious angry driving. So the angry driving could be somebody making an obscene gesture, retaliating by cutting somebody off, hitting the brakes because somebody's tailgating at night, flicking the headlights up and down. As I said, obscene gestures, screaming. Those are angry driving. But it becomes road rage if a person rams with their car, rams another driver, which, by the way, is done more by women than men. Or shoots somebody, which is typically more men than women on shooting. And then assaults, where they get out of the car and start punching each other. Now, what are the causes of angry driving? What causes this dangerous behavior?